This is a regular meeting of the Township Committee. Public notice of this meeting has been given as required by the Open Public Meetings Law. A resolution was adopted January 1st, 2023, designating this date, this hall, and 7:30 p.m. as the time for this regular meeting of the Township Committee of the Township of Union in the County of Union. A notice of each and every meeting of the Township Committee was posted in accordance with the aforesaid Open Public Meetings Law in one public place reserved for the posting of ordinances and official notices of the Township of Union, namely the bulletin board next to the clerk's office. In addition thereto, a copy of said resolution was forwarded to the local source in Star Ledger. A copy of said resolution is on file with the clerk of the Township.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. This evening, the prayer will be given by Deputy Mayor Cavadas, and the flag salute will be led by Committeeman Florio. Would everyone please stand?
God of power, might, wisdom, and justice, through you authority is rightly administered, laws are enacted, and judgment is decreed. Assist this Township Committee with your spirit of counsel and fortitude, and guide us to seek righteousness, justice, and mercy, and assist us in leading our township with honesty and integrity. Amen.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Florio?
Here.
Ms. Delsfort?
Present.
Mr. Bowser?
Here.
Ms. Cavadas?
Here.
Mayor Figueredo?
Here. Can I have a motion for approval of the minutes of the conference and regular session of July 25th, 2023?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We move on with the ordinances and resolutions. Madam Clerk, please.
I have for consideration on second and final reading an ordinance amending Chapter 170 of the Municipal Code pertaining to smoke shops.
Move the ordinance be taken up for second and final reading.
Second.
An ordinance of the Township of Union, County of Union, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 170 of the Municipal Code.
Is there anyone from the public wishing to be heard on this ordinance?
Move the ordinance be adopted.
Second.
Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Ms. Delsfort?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Ms. Cavadas?
Yes.
Mayor Figueredo?
Yes.
Amending Chapter 266-66.2 of the Municipal Code, removing a portion of the parking restrictions on Winfield Terrace.
Move the ordinance be taken up at the second read and
Sec-
final read.
Second.
An ordinance amending Chapter 266-66.2, Schedule 27, entitled Residential Permit Exemptions by the Township Committee of the Township of Union, County of Union, State of New Jersey. This ordinance affects Winfield Terrace.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak on this ordinance?
Move the ordinance be adopted.
Second.
Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Ms. Delsfort?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Ms. Cavadas?
Yes.
Mayor Figueredo?
Yes.
Amending Ordinance 3729 to add a handicap parking space in front of 1823 Manor Drive and 212 Astoria Place.
Move the ordinance be taken up for second and final reading.
Second.
An ordinance amending the designation of restricted parking spaces for use by persons with special vehicle identification cards in the Township of Union, Union County, New Jersey. This ordinance creates a handicap space in front of 1823 Manor Drive and 212 Astoria Place.
Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak on this ordinance?
Move the ordinance be adopted.
Second.
Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Ms. Delsfort?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Ms. Cavadas?
Yes.
Mayor Figueredo?
Yes.
I have for your consideration on draft and first reading an ordinance amending Ordinance 3729 to add a handicap parking space in front of 258 Montclair Avenue.
Move the draft be taken on first reading by title at this time.
Second.
An ordinance amending the designation of restricted parking spaces for use by persons with special vehicle identification cards in the Township of Union, Union County, New Jersey. This ordinance creates a handicap space in front of 258 Montclair Avenue. Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Ms. Delsfort?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Ms. Cavadas?
Yes.
Mayor Figueredo?
Yes.
Move the draft be taken up for the next regular scheduled meeting for second and final reading.
Second.
Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Ms. Delsfort?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Ms. Cavadas?
Yes.
Mayor Figueredo?
Yes.
Authorizing the private sale of township-owned property, Block 5708, Lot 2, Waldorf Place.
Move the draft be taken up for first reading by title at this time.
Second.
Ordinance of the Township Committee of the Township of Union, County of Union, State of New Jersey, authorizing the private sale of Block 5708, Lot 2 in the Township of Union at private sale pursuant to NJSA 48:12-1 et sec. This ordinance authorizes the sale of an undersized lot located on Waldorf Place. Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Ms. Dellisfort?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Ms. Cavadas?
yes,
Mayor Figurito?
Yes.
Move the draft be taken up at our next regularly scheduled meeting for second and final reading.
Second.
Mr. Florio?
Yes.
Ms. Dellisfort?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Ms. Cavadas?
yes,
Mayor Figurito?
Yes.
The following resolutions authorizing an agreement with Garubo and Capiz PC for legal representation in the matter of Signature Sports Bar LLC for a total amount of $15,000.
Move for approval?
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Amending Resolution 2023-249, increasing the amount to Samuels, Inc., trading as Bywise, by an additional $15,000 for the purchase of automotive and light truck parts for a total amount not to exceed $95,000, state contract number 85992.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Authorizing a contract with Jarmel Gizel Architects and Engineers for an assessment on the municipal building HVAC system for an amount not to exceed $15,000.
move for approval,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the release of a performance bond in the amount of $87,041.70, cash bond in the amount of $9,671.30 to Claremont Fidelco Urban Renewal LLC for the site improvements at 450 Claremont Terrace, subject to the posting of a 2-year maintenance bond in the amount of $14,506.95.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Authorizing the purchase of 2 solar and cellular ALPR cameras for the police department from JCT Communications through the Union County Co-op for an amount not to exceed $31,114.05.
Move for approval?
second,
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Authorizing payment of all approved vouchers for solid waste collection, haulage, and disposal at the interim rate, $75.09 per ton for household waste and $107.12 per ton for bulky waste for the month of July.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Accepting a performance bond in the amount of $4,500 and a cash bond in the amount of $500, and establishing a special trust fund account in the amount of $12,382 for Chase Bank, 2470 Route 22.
move for approval,
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Accepting a performance bond in the amount of $5,310, a cash bond in the amount of $590, and establishing a special trust fund account in the amount of $7,315 for Nita Assad LLC, Castrol Service Center, 1545 Morris Avenue.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing a professional services agreement with Colliers Engineering and Design for the installation of a 10,000-gallon above-ground storage tank and vehicle refueling at the Department of Public Works for an amount not to exceed $49,000.
Move for approval?
second,
All in favor? Aye.
Authorizing a professional services agreement with CME Associates for engineering services for Phase 2A of the Rapkin Park improvements tennis courts for a fee not to exceed $50,000.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing participation in the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over 2023 statewide crackdown from August 18th through September 4th, 2023.
move for approval,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the purchase of a plow spreader for the Department of Public Works from Power Place, Inc. in the amount of $9,318.05 through the Educational Services Cooperative of New Jersey.
Move to approve the purchase.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Authorizing a contract with Prestige Environmental, Inc. to replace the underground storage tanks at the Department of Public Works, Police Department, Fire Station Headquarters, and Station 2 for a fee not to exceed $2,200,000.
Move for approval?
second,
All in favor? Aye.
Authorizing the rental/lease of a Pierce ladder truck for the Fire Department from ABC Emergency Rental for the term of 1 year.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Authorizing an emergency contract with Lancia Construction Corporation for the drainage repair on Berkeley and Astoria Place for an amount not to exceed $123,180.
move for approval,
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Authorizing a professional services contract with Colliers Engineering and Design to implement a geographic information systems for the township for a fee not to exceed $10,000.
Move to approve the contract.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Authorizing change order number 3, increasing the amount to Lancia Construction Corporation by $4,892.50, resulting in a revised total contract amount of $2,100,010.29 for the 2022 road improvement Phase 1.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Authorizing a shared services agreement with the Township of Springfield for local public health services through December 31st, 2028.
Move for approval?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing an award of contract for the sanitary sewer cleaning and TV inspection for the 2024 road program to Oswald Enterprises, Inc. for a fee not to exceed $37,831.25.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Authorizing a one-year extension of contract with Newman's Heat and Air Conditioning for HVAC services for various municipal buildings for an amount not to exceed $38,889.92 at a 0% increase.
Move for approval.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Ask you to approve the finances as listed on the agenda.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
The following communications from Richard Malkowski, Union Elks, requesting 8 barricades and 8 garbage cans with liners on October 8th, 2023, with a rain date of October 15th, 2023, for their annual car show.
Move for approval?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
From Bennett Epstein, Temple Benai Abraham, requesting to erect a 60 by 60-foot tent for their annual memorial service from September 20th through September 25th, 2023, with all fees waived.
Move for approval.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
From Henry Wiley, Golden Rule Lodge, requesting the use of the Showmobile for their Community Day event on Saturday, September 2nd, 2023, at 12 p.m.
Move for approval.
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
From Reverend Alonzo Williams, Aon Baptist Church, requesting permission to have a community block party on Sunday, August 27, 2023, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Brown Avenue.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
From Christine Parmenter, St. Michael's Church, requesting the use of multiple inflatables for their Feast Day Fair on Saturday, September 30th, 2023, from 12 to 5 p.m.
Move for approval pending fire department approval?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
From Deanna Williams, 746 Woodland Avenue, Plainfield, requesting to park approximately 30 cars in the Jeanette Avenue lot, September 30th, 2023, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. for a bus trip to Pennsylvania.
Move to deny the request.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
From Kimberly Cyprian, 1806 Quaker Way, requesting permission to have a block party on Saturday, August 26, 2023, from 2 to 10 p.m.
Move for approval.
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
From Joseph Venezia, Township Engineer, requesting the following payments. Payment number 1 to Grenada Construction Corporation in the amount of $89,304.80 for work completed through August 4th, 2023, in connection with the 2023 Road Reconstruction Program, Phase 2. Payment number 2 to P&A Construction, Inc., in the amount of $980,236.22 for work completed through August 4th, 2023, in connection with the 2022 Road Resurfacing Program, ETG. Payment number 8 to Grenada Construction Corporation in the amount of $58,667.70 for work completed through June 9th, 2023, in connection with the 2022 Road Program, Phase 3. Payment number 2 to Lancia Construction Corporation in the amount of $278,866.76 for work completed through August 4th, 2023, in connection with the 2023 Road Program, Phase 1. And payment number 4 to Lancia Construction Corporation in the amount of $311,561.01 for work completed through August 4th, 2023, in connection with the 2022 Road Improvement Program, Phase 1.
Move to approve payments.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Monthly reports from the Clerk's Office, Senior Center, Municipal Court, Police Department, and Fire Department.
Move for approval?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
That concludes my part of the agenda.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We go to our committee reports. I'll start with Committeewoman Dellisford, please.
Thank you, Mayor. From our Department of Public Works, under road maintenance, the paving crews continue to work on repairing potholes and patching sections of roads throughout the township. Since our last meeting, the road division has performed 416 potholes, 45 overlays filled, cut and paved 4 insertions, multiple crack filling repairs, and 385 streets were swept with our street sweepers. And the sewer division continues to maintain catch basins, pump stations, and outfalls daily, performing repairs when necessary. Since our last meeting, the sewer division has performed 43 catch basin cleanings, 44 enzyme applications, 5 emergency calls, and 2 catch basin repairs. From the Shade Tree Division, they continue to maintain our trees in the parks, the township properties, and township right-of-ways. Since our last meeting, the tree crews performed 24 removals, 6 trims, 22 tree evaluations, and 27 stump grindings, including the storm cleanup on July 25th, which involved 17 jobs. From recycling, as a reminder, commingled materials such as glass, plastic, and tin should be placed in open 32-gallon containers at your curbside. Commingled materials will not be picked up in plastic bags. Grass collection began Thursday, April 13th, and will continue through Friday, September 29th. Grass should be placed in brown biodegradable bags or garbage cans no larger than 32 gallons. No plastic bags will be accepted. Household hazardous waste can be dropped off on Saturday, September 9th at Union County College in Cranford, located at 1033 Springfield Avenue in parking lots 5A and 5B. For a list of acceptable items, please visit ucnj.org. Next month, Public Works is happy to once again host Union's Clean Sweep program. Every year, hundreds of residents come out to clean our parks and public areas. So please visit our website, uniontownship.com, to sign up and participate in this year's new and improved environmentally friendly event. All participants will receive a T-shirt, string bag, eco-friendly water bottles, a barbecue lunch, and will enjoy games and entertainment. Any concerns or inquiries regarding all Division of Public Works can be addressed by calling Public Works at 908-686-1922 or use the Report a Concern feature on the Township's website. And that concludes my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Committeeman Florio.
Thank you very much, Mayor. On our continuing effort to control speed in our community, over the last 4 weeks, we had 225 stops at various roads. The main ones were Vauxhall, Salem, Burnett, and Liberty, but also several others. We also, our truck enforcement program was to try and keep oversized trucks with streets where they don't belong. During the past 4 weeks, we had 21 stops, so that's actually coming down. I think people are starting to get the message on that. We had a total revenue over the past 4 weeks of $65,000 from tickets and other types of fines. One of the things that I try and point out each meeting is one particular event from our police department, of many that they do, I think of particular interest. On 8/21, multiple officers working a plainclothes burglary prevention detail observed a white Ford Fusion occupied by 3 males driving slowly down several streets in our town, which is obviously a little suspicious. Officers conducted a motor vehicle stop of a vehicle due to suspended registration. During the course of the investigation, the drivers from the Atco, New Jersey, lied about his name and was eventually found to be an active wanted person out of Pennsylvania for different burglaries. The front seat passenger from Pennsauken, New Jersey, was also found to have active wanted person out of Pennsylvania for burglaries. The rear seat passenger from Jersey City was also found to have an active wanted person warrant out of Middlesex County for different burglaries. All 3 males were transported to Union Police Department. 2 of the males were transported to Union County Jail, awaiting extradition back to Pennsylvania. May I ask you, how do we make this stuff? We have actually license plate readers that are hooked up to a main central system throughout the state of report cars and different problems. So sometimes we see these suspicious cars and we're able to stop them. Here's a particular case where undercover agents were able to take 3 very suspicious people, probably dangerous people, off the streets. That's my report for tonight, Mayor.
Thank you. Committeeman Bowser.
Thank you, Mayor. The Recreation Department. The Union Recreation Department is excited to announce the next installment of our popular movie, Under the Stars event. We'll be showing the new Super Mario Brothers movie, which is one of the biggest blockbuster movies of the year so far. This event will be held at Rapkin Park on Friday, September the 8th. The movie will begin at sunset at approximately 7:15 p.m. Pre-movie entertainment will begin at 5:30 p.m., including food trucks, photo booth, DJ, video game truck, and the strolling Mario character. In case of inclement weather, event updates will be posted on the Township webpage. For more information, call the Recreation Department at 908-686-4200. The Senior Department report. Health and Wellness, the Health Maintenance Program, Tuesday, September the 5th, from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Nurse Prevention Services, blood pressure, and blood sugar readings will be taken at that time. Best Project, Tuesday, September 12th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., free eye screening and eye health education. The Uncomfortable Change Series, September the 19th, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. This will consist of artistic demonstrations of uncomfortable conversations about mental health and resources for assistance. The activities and programs are yoga, Monday and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Mojan, Wednesdays, August the 23rd, from 1 to 3 p.m. APR Smart Driving class is October 19th, 2023, 9:15 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. $20 for AARP members and $25 for non-members. Upcoming events, the Senior Center Barbecue, September the 8th, 12 to 3 p.m. Reservations are required. The PCN Art Center, September the 12th, general admission tickets for Tony Orlando and the comedian John Pizza. Bus will depart the Senior Center at 11:30 a.m. Wind Creek Casino, Bethlehem, on September the 28th, $35 per ticket. Trip to Wildwood, October the 13th through 15th, Sock Hop Weekend. Sounds like a lot of fun. 3 days and 2 nights, deluxe accommodations included, 2 full breakfasts, 2 dinners, transportation, and for more details, call for more details. In addition, for additional information, call the Senior Center at 908-851-5290. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Committee Advisor. Deputy Mayor Cavadas, please.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make the following appointments to the Board of Adjustment. Ricardo McNeil, member, term expires 12/31/23, and Richard Graves, alternate number 1, term expires 12/31/24.
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
From our fire department, the Union Fire Department responded on 504 emergency calls for service this period with 208 medical calls. Some significant events during this period are as follows. Throughout this period, our fire department has responded to the Garden State Parkway 18 times and Route 78 times for motor vehicle accidents and vehicle fires. On July 28, fire apparatus responded to Falls Terrace for a grill fire on a deck next to the residence. The fire was extinguished without any extension to the interior of the home. On July 29, fire department apparatus responded to Vermella Way for a drowning. Upon arrival, the child was already removed from the pool and resuscitation efforts had begun by bystanders. I'm happy to report that the patient became responsive en route to the hospital. On August 12, fire apparatus responded to Lancaster Road for a kitchen fire. Fire was quickly knocked down and placed under control. Occupants were able to stay in their home and did not have to relocate. The morning of August 13, a strong thunderstorm came through Union, causing flooding, and the strong winds brought down several trees and wires. On August 18, an electric scooter caught on fire in the back of a garbage truck when it was discarded into a dumpster. Fire department personnel quickly extinguished the fire, and Union County Hazmat was called on scene to assist with the lithium-ion battery. Again, some safety messages from our fire department. Across the country, there has been an uptick of lithium-ion battery fires. Everyone should be educated and aware of this danger, and mostly affected equipments are e-bikes, scooters, and cell phones. Lastly, have a home emergency preparedness plan along with adequate supplies and a survival kit to facilitate a safe and effective evacuation. In the alternative, the need to shelter in place during the course of major power failure or other significant emergency situations, especially now that we are into hurricane season. And before I conclude my report, Mayor, I want to wish all of our students, parents, and teachers a very great first day back to school. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Before I begin, I want to congratulate Detective Lieutenant Carter on representing our police department and, of course, our township at the 2023 World Police and Fire Games. He brought back home gold, silver, and bronze in track and field events, showcasing not only athleticism, but hometown pride. Congratulations again to Detective Lieutenant Carter. This Thursday, August 24th, the Township of Union Farmers Market will have their luau party. From 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., there will be a kids' inflatable water slide, a beer garden, smoke and mirrors cigar truck, and a DJ. There will be laptops on site for anyone to contribute to Maui United Way, Maui Food Bank, or to the Hawaii Animal Rescue Foundation. Remember to bring your towels for the water slide. And join us this Saturday for something new in our town, August 26th, our first Chilla Yoga Festival at Lower Beer Temple Park. From 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., we're hosting a family-friendly yoga experience for families and children of all ages, offering mommy and me yoga, family yoga, this is interesting, puppy yoga, and of course face painting, OMG bubbles, and more. Then from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. we'll have our adult experience featuring yoga, wellness vendors, food vendors, wellness and self-care stations, and a big surprise at 8 p.m. Also join us this Sunday, August 27th at 12 p.m. in front of Town Hall as we will host the annual Ukrainian flag raising with the Township's Ukrainian Independence Committee. Now, the Township of Union and the Union Special Improvement District is hosting another networking event on Thursday, August 31st from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Centurion Union Center. The theme for this event is Havana Nights. For tickets or more details, visit uniontownship.com. Now, save the date also. We're going into September already. Saturday, September 9th at Beer Temple Park from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. There will be Soul House 2023. There will be DJ, live music, beer garden, food trucks, and vendors. For vendor opportunities, email Kevin at kwoodridge@uniontownship.com. The annual Hispanic and Latino Heritage Celebration is now a two-day celebration. It will take place Friday, September 15th from 5:30 to 9:30, and Saturday, September 16th from 3:30 to 9:30 p.m. at Beer Temple Park. There will be live music, performances, free salsa lessons, Latin foods, trucks and vendors, beer garden, and a cigar truck. For more information and updates, visit uniontownship.com. And it's that time of year. If you've got talent, Union's Got Talent. Get ready for Union's Own Union's Got Talent. Online video submissions are now open until Friday, September 22nd, via unionsgottalent.org. So you can submit on that website. And again, if you want to sign up, I'd appreciate signing up for any emergency and general notifications for our Everbridge notifications at www.uniontownship.com. And these updates are also posted on Facebook. And that concludes my report. With that, I will open it up to public. A reminder again, there's a 5-minute rule. Please state your name and address as you come up.
Hi, my name is Ruth Slovic. I live at 1700 Patriot Way. I just had a question about number 23 on the resolutions. It said a shared services agreement with the Township of Springfield for local public health services. I was wondering what local public health services we're talking about.
A clarification from our administration.
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. So by way of clarification, statutorily, we're required to provide certain health services. This contract does not include animal control, but it does visiting nurses, vaccines, health officer oversight and reporting, STD clinic. I think that covers it.
Does Union Township have its own Board of Health?
We
Or
do.
Department of Health? Or
We
you-
have a Board of Health, yes.
and the Board of Health is under the Department of Health in Union County, is that correct? I'm just trying to understand the relationship.
Yeah, no, it's no different than in other places, health officer.
Okay.
So the board itself is not under the auspices of the State Department of Health. The health officer is.
Okay, and is there a dollar amount involved with that?
Sure,
I don't see it listed here.
the annual amount is $155,000. That's roughly double the administrative cost to the township. So this is a shared service in the truest sense. township will be making out, it'll be a benefit. And there is an annual 2% escalator in that contract.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good evening, committee. Darren Martin, 1163 Francine Way. I'm here to talk about the targeting of black businesses here in the township. So about a month ago, it was brought to my attention about 5 businesses were being targeted. Did my investigation. One of those businesses was Signature Sports Bar. So I spoke to the owner to make sure those things were going on that I was hearing, confirmed that they were. Unbeknownst to her, I went and visited the community because that's what I'm supposed to do, to find out what's going on. I went to the business, talked to some of the, especially the households behind the business. Met a nice gentleman and his wife. She didn't speak much English, but he did. Spent about 30 minutes with him. And he said the only problem that he ever had, and that problem has been resolved now, was once in a while somebody would throw a can or a bottle over his fence in the yard, and that problem has been resolved. Spoke to some other homeowners and residents and heard nothing serious. Sound like the main complaint I heard was people want to be able to come home and park in front of their house. I get that, and that happens in a lot of towns. Nothing about anybody driveways being blocked or some of the other stuff I've been hearing rumors about, none of that stuff. So then citizens I know came and spoke at the Township Committee meeting. That's a great thing. People should do that and come out and advocate when something is going on. And then after that, the owner extended the olive branch by making sure that she said she would talk to her patrons, which she can, that's what she can do, and she did that. Then she also gave the residents a percentage off day to come. I think she offered that same opportunity to the township as well. I don't know if any of you guys went or not, but she offered that as well. Trying to make sure that she's keeping the peace and doing the right thing. All of a sudden, resident parking only signs was put up. Now, in my investigation with talking to the residents and homeowners, most of them didn't want the resident only parking because now they said their family can't park. So I don't know where that idea came from. I'd like somebody to give me some idea about that or give me a response to where that came from, because most of the homeowners I spoke to, and especially some of the ones that in the 2 days that I went there, they said nothing about wanting resident permit parking. So then this owner was sent a bogus $3,000 fine for allegedly not having a CO. All of you up here know that you can't move in to any place without a certificate of occupancy. So then the township act like they don't know where it came from. Now it's been rescinded all of a sudden. Interesting. Then they sent the ABC people out there, the Alcohol, Beverage, and Control, to embarrass her business. Very interesting. They found nothing wrong, but now they significantly reduced her and modified her last call time and her closing times. And I'll remind you that football season is coming up, and if every other bar is not abiding by those same times, she shouldn't either. When she questioned the actions, then the police started being sent up there. And people will be able to lie about that and get away with it if there wasn't video, but there's video. So you can't lie about that. Nobody can lie about that. They sent cops up there to act like they was looking for something. They was looking for anything. It was just to embarrass the business. When she questioned that, she was told that a monetary donation to the PBA should be something that she will back them off. And guess what? She probably wouldn't even have a problem with giving a donation to the PBA, but not under this circumstance. So if there are legitimate concerns with this business, it should be handled professionally, respectfully, and definitely legally. Because some of the things that's going on is not legal, and we know it's not legal. So what's even more interesting about this is this business was voted the #1 business in the township by the Chamber of Commerce. Some of you guys, probably not you, Brother Bowser, because I don't think you was on yet, congratulated her and was happy for her. Now, how do you go from that to this? Again, if there's legitimate things going on, let's deal with them professionally and do it the right way. So then, the businesses in the area are being strong-armed to putting up signs, actually be put up signs that says no parking after they're closed. I spoke to the bank, I spoke to the Loud Boys, I spoke to the cleaners, I spoke to the shoe shop, I spoke to everybody. They don't want to do that. So why are they being pressured into doing that? Let me close with this. If Patty's Place, Red Cadillac, Joe's Bar, and other bars are not being held to these same constraints, this bar will not be held to that same constraint either. And here's what I'm asking for. I'm looking at you, Mr. Mayor, I'm asking for a meeting with our elected officials. If you want to bring the BA and other people, that's on you. I can't tell you who to bring to a meeting, but I'm talking to the people that's elected by the people, for the people, to conduct the people's business. I am a resident. She is a business here. This is not cool to be going on.
Mr. Martin, your time is up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak?
Hi, Tracy Yazigi, 1027 Bertram Terrace. Just asking about the chickens. The
For
chicken
our
ordinance. We were told, I was told that it would be handled by this meeting.
Thank you. Actually, after the last meeting, I did have a conversation with the mayor. I reviewed the ordinance at issue, and in my opinion, the ordinance does not need to be amended. I believe it captures not just dogs, cats, or other animals that are prohibited outside between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. So for that reason, I recommended that we not amend the ordinance. I think it's sufficient as is.
Well, you know, that's really kind of unfair. A lot of towns in this area have an ordinance where you can have 3 to 5 chickens in a family home in the yard, you know, not in your home. And when I first came here, I just wanted it to have an actual ordinance that says Union Township Committee members say you cannot have any chickens. You don't have an actual ordinance. You have a dog barking ordinance that covers chickens. So, you know, all I'm asking for is an ordinance that says you can't have them. Because I'm not the only person who had chickens. Okay? I mean, there should be an ordinance that directs it. It's not covered under dogs at 10 o'clock at night. That's ridiculous. And then I can have chickens as long as I keep them in my house. I can have them. I could have a dozen if I kept it in my house. Anyway, I don't know. This seems very unfair and very not, you know, something that is for the public. So.
Mayor, my only suggestion is if you are aware of other residents that do have chicken coops outside and are keeping animals outside, then you can make a complaint through the portal on the website.
Why would I tattle on somebody else?
Well,
somebody tattled on me, and my chickens are now dead
That's
because
exactly how
of
we
that.
got there.
So the other people who have chickens in the town are hiding them from you
Well,
so
if
that
you
they
know
can
that,
have
you could-
organic eggs.
You could submit, you could make a phone call.
Why would I do that to
Ma'am.
anybody?
Well, you just mentioned that other people are violating this very same ordinance you were charged with,
I
so.
got that, but why would they wanted to charge me $1,250 for 3 chickens? Okay, I mean, this is not a public favoring kind of ordinance. You're not giving. You just basically can't have them. I can have an alligator in my basement if I wanted to, as long as I kept it in my house. I mean, this is just pathetic.
Thank you.
Good evening, Clayton Barker, 35 Herbert Terrace, West Orange, New Jersey. I'm not going to belabor the past comments with the situation at signatures, but I just want to go over item number 6. The City Council took in consideration, or you guys approved, that you're going to go into legal contract for $15,000. From what I've been hearing, it seems to me that that money could be better spent to service the youth in the community. I'm a friend of the owner for 40 years. I've been in politics half of my life, so I understand the dynamics. I heard each committee person read from their committee reports. I heard the young man mention that on Burlington, there were parking signs that were placed, but there seems not to be anything in the reports. Who ordered those signs? How much did those signs cost? And why were they put up there in the first place? I'm a homeowner, me and my wife, and when our neighbors have gatherings, it's a social event. We have a driveway, so I understand the dynamics. You have a driveway, but you can't allow people to patronize an establishment that's going to bring revenue into the community. We talk about diversity, we talk about equality, and we talk about inclusion, but we don't talk about equity. The young man spoke about equity. If everything in all the other venues are being held to one standard, it seems to me, based on what was said, Signatures is being held to a different standard. We all know we're supposed to support our local law enforcement, fire department, but they're not allowed to extort for things that's supposed to be done in-house by the proper channels. The young lady has been in business for 2 years, has never had one police call to her establishment for anything of lewdness, of law and order. I would hope that this council takes that into consideration when they do this due diligence, because it just doesn't seem fair that anybody, not because it's this young lady who I know personally, but anybody, if you're running a business and you're established, you gave her all of the credentials to run the establishment. Now the establishment is up and running. I heard she offered for any one of you to come and visit the establishment to see what type of establishment it is. We frequent there many times, me and my wife. Orderly, if there's any complaints, they handle it. So why is she being held to a different standard if any other establishment that have police reports coming to their venues where there is probably some records of disturbance and they're still allowed to operate, right? She hasn't had any. And now she's being told that she's not meeting the criteria that's been put in front of her. Well, who's putting this criteria in front of her if it's not coming from the leadership? I would pray, because I know how politics works. We're talking about equity, not equality. We're talking about equity. What's good for one should be good for all. And now we have a level playing field, and then everybody can be happy. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Angela Burgos, 2134 Dane Court. I'm the owner of Signature Sports Bar. It's been a frenzy since we first opened Signatures, from dealing with Anthony Manguso, from dealing with the town. And the thing that upsets me the most is that based on the complaints that we received in terms of parking, I believe it's all about parking. None of you have been to Signatures. One thing I can appreciate about Darren is that he hit the pavement, right? And he went and he spoke to people. You all just made these decisions in terms of conditions. I would have never allowed those conditions to go on my liquor license. I never received a notice. I would have fought it tooth and nail because, like everyone said, I have never, the police, and I spoke to Chris Conley, the director, and he can agree that I've never, or no one ever came to that bar for anything egregious, nothing crazy. It's just simply, oh, someone's parking. If someone's blocking your driveway, tow them. I agree with that. If someone's making, like Chris said, they're walking to their cars, they're talking. And I get it, the community was not used to having us be there because the bar has always been dead, and we brought life to the bar. But I'm upset with this council because you made these decisions and you never stepped foot in that bar. Never, not one time. And another thing I'm upset with is Dan Antonelli, right, for threatening my business and telling us he was going to take us to Superior Court. For what? Why will you take us to Superior Court? What have we done in this town besides bring revenue? Now, you said 60-something thousand that you all made from giving out parking tickets. Continue to give them out. We tell our patrons, don't park there, don't park there. But we can't make them not park in that community. So keep making your money if that's what it takes. But at the end of the day, I'm upset with Michelle. I'm upset with James. I'm upset with every last person that's sitting behind that desk that we elected, right? That our taxpayer dollars, you're spending $15,000 on an attorney. You know how much it's costing me to fight with the ABC to get my conditions back? That's costing me financial problems. I pay people. I have employees. Those people are paying, they're living one paycheck away from being homeless. And you are taking away an hour. You did not do this to any other bar and union. I want to know right now, what other bar and union did you place these severe conditions on where we have to close at 12, Sunday through Wednesday, close at 1. We can't let people in after 12. We can't do this. I spoke to Eileen. I said, Eileen, what's going on with my outdoor dining permit? Oh, I don't know. I said, Eileen, did the application go through? I don't know. I said, what date? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You're the clerk, for crying out loud. Don't you have a computer you can go through and type up the date? So this is the things that I go through with the town. I called Anthony Manguso. I said, I need to know about the structure. Yes, it was built. It was a mistake. Don't beat me. Don't hang me to a cross. Don't treat me like I don't deserve the same respect that I give this town. And yet, I have received a call from Anthony Manguso. I fight with him to give me a simple phone call. At the end of the day, I get it. This bureaucracy that takes place in these communities, this government, I'm sick of it. Because guess what? The bureaucracy is hurting my business. You're giving $15,000 to an attorney. You know how much it's costing me? $15,000 could close my business down. And like I stated the day I came here to talk about Juneteenth, we want the same thing you want for your families, right? The nepotism that takes place in this town, nobody talks about that. I don't give a damn about that. But at the end of the day, we want generational wealth for our kids. We want legacies for our children. I teach my kids how to be entrepreneurs. But yet, you sit up there like it doesn't mean anything to you, and you keep approving the bullshit and the nonsense. Because guess what? $15,000 to you is nothing, but it's a lot to me and my family. It's a lot. I've lived in this town since 1999. I've owned businesses since 2005. I grew up poor. I'm every social problem that exists, I'm that. I go around and I talk to young ladies. I say, I'm every social problem. Father on drugs, mother with mental illness, growing up poor, and I worked hard to get where I am today. For you to just take it away from me, it's not fair. It's not fair. And I'm sick of you guys treating me, black-owned business. You don't do that to nobody else.
Your time
You don't
is up.
do it to anybody else. The hell with the time. It took me 20-something years to get here, and you're telling me I got 5 minutes? Where's the camera? So people can see what you're doing to me. I'm sick of it. Don and his bullshit, lying ass. I'm sick of it.
It's out of order.
Language is out of order.
I don't care.
Well, you need to
Guess
care.
what? When I met with Don, it was about the outdoor dining space. I never ever in my life.
Your time is up. Your time is up. Your time is up. And Mayor, if I may, Mayor, there's been a lot of accusations cast here this evening by not just Ms. Burgess, but by Mr. Martin and others. I could tell you as township attorney, you are being held to the same standard that we hold other bar owners to. We have gotten many complaints about the operation of your business. Mr. Martin, you had an opportunity to speak, now it's mine. Just hold, sir, so I have the floor.
I didn't say anything to you.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. You had your chance to speak, now it's mine. So, I want to just go on record to say that she's being held to the same standard that we hold other liquor license holders to. The recommendations on the conditions of the license came from the police department. That's who made the recommendations. This matter is before the state director of the ABC. Yes, the township did hire counsel, and that process will play out. And either those conditions will remain or they'll be removed, or they'll be modified. But this township committee has accepted the recommendation from the police department, okay? And they made their recommendation based upon calls for service, citizens' complaints, and they even spoke to their contact in ABC, who indicated that those conditions were reasonable. So that's where we are. I did not at any time threaten to sue anybody, but be that as it may, okay? We've tried working with you, Ms. Burgess. It just didn't work out. Yes, we did. I actually was called to a meeting. Ma'am, I have the floor now. We all listened to you. I attended a meeting. There have been several meetings. Despite what's before the director of ABC, there are several meetings in order to rectify these issues. We're now beyond that. So I just wanted to put that on the record, that the township is not doing anything improper here.
Thank you, Mr. Antonelli. Anyone else wishing to speak? Please state your name and address, please.
Hi, Andre Corbin, 205 Buchanan Drive. This is Mike. He's my neighbor.
Michael Bergisa, 785 Chestnut Street, that uses the Buchanan Drive.
Yep. So we live off of Chestnut in the small cul-de-sac. We have about 7 houses. What we're asking for is resident parking only. What we have is a situation where we have people that live on the adjacent road on Chestnut who refuse to use their driveway. We actually have pictures of their driveways. They can hold like 4 cars, but they prefer to park in the cul-de-sac. We have limited parking, and what's creating a problem where our residents have to go to other streets to park. So it's just very ridiculous, especially when we try to have family over for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. It's very difficult. So we actually put forth this before.
Yeah, we actually did a petition to do the permit parking, and we submitted it into the clerk's office. They did analysis of the parking, but I guess it was during the day, so there's really not much movement.
Yeah, parking enforcement.
Yeah, so the nighttime around 6 to moving forward to the early hours is where we're having issues where everybody's just coming to park there. I don't know if they feel that it's secure, that their cars feel secure there, but it's taken away from our parking, from our visitors, and our tenants. We have 7 homes in the cul-de-sac. I figured we have 4 to 6 cars, so that's around 28 to 42 cars, give or take, and there's no room. There's no room for other people to come to park, and I know it's public parking, and I'm not against it, but now it's just become so much that it's taken away from us.
Yeah.
And it's a small cul-de-sac. We don't have room.
Yeah, even with the driveway situation, like even today I had someone that literally parked in my driveway. They were, I don't know where they were from, but they were parked in my driveway. So I had to go all the way in and then reverse back into my driveway in some ridiculous manner. Well, all we're asking for is a parking permit for resident parking and only and our guests.
And we had everyone signed it from the cul-de-sac. Everyone agreed
the
to it.
homeowners.
It got denied. You know, we came here today because we went to City Hall. I went to City Hall a couple of days ago, and they told me to come here to this meeting, and
Yep, and it was denied based on the analysis from parking enforcement, which was during like the morning times. He would check to see who parked, who left, or whatever, but that wasn't very accurate. You kind of need to be there 24/7, and then during parties where you have overflow of people that
especially
don't live in the
Christmas,
cul-de-sac.
Thanksgiving, when we have visitors, there's nowhere to park.
Our police director is in the back. If you would just see him, Mr. Donnelly is right there.
Sure.
Just give him the information, maybe we can reevaluate it and take a fresh look at it.
Yeah, we don't mind paying for the permit parking. We all agreed on it, so we're okay with that. If you guys could
Just
just
have
bless
them
us
look
with
at it at that time, which is when you have the difficulties, which is at after 5, let's say, when people are coming.
Okay.
So just direct it to our police director there.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you
good
for
night.
coming out.
Have a good evening.
Have a good night.
Anyone else wishing to speak?
Hi, I'm Izetta. I'm one of the managers at Signatures. And as my sister was just saying, you guys are saying that all bars are under the same standard, right? So I'm just trying to figure out how I can go to leave the bar at 12 o'clock because we have to shut down at 12, right? So we shut down, we go down the street to Joe's at 1:30, 1:45, and we're still being served alcohol. So what standards do they have compared to what Signatures have? Could somebody answer that?
The attorney will respond.
Whoever.
The enforcement of our liquor license laws, that's the standard that's being applied here as well as to any other bar owner. The difference between Joe's Place right now is their license was renewed without conditions because there were no complaints against the license and there wasn't any history of issues. Here, there was. Based upon the history of complaints here, the police department recommended that the license be renewed, but with special conditions. So that's what happened here. It's the same standard. Had Joe's Place had the same issues that this bar is experiencing, then it's likely their license would have been renewed with special conditions as well. But obviously, every case is based upon its own facts. That is now before the director of ABC, and that will be decided shortly, and whether or not those conditions remain, or they go away, or they get modified, that decision will be forthcoming from the director of the ABC.
Okay, and also, what standards is it that every other day there's police officers that have to come there every other day? How embarrassing is that to Signatures, who is doing everything by the book, with patrons there drinking, having a good time, no fighting or nothing. You gotta have like 13, 14 people just about every week. You guys come in there and just wanna see all kind of paperwork for no apparent reason. Like, are you guys going to patties like that?
I
3 o'clock in the morning, I was just in there 3 o'clock in the morning still having drinks.
I don't supervise the police department, but I don't think that they're going.
But everybody's not, you're saying, you just said everybody has the same standard. They don't.
And just like anything else, if we get a complaint, they'll act on it. If Patty's Place has a complaint for noise, the police department will show up, just like any other complaint. And we're not going to debate this here in the public forum, but like I said, it's before the director of the ABC, and either the director is going to keep the conditions as presented, modify them, or remove some or all of them, and that remains to be seen.
Anyone else wishing to speak? Yes. Please state your name and address.
Linda Barker, 35 Herbert Terrace, West Orange, New Jersey. My husband, Clayton Barker, just spoke. And I see how the owner, Angie, is extremely upset. My question to the council is, what are the complaints? Are the complaints strictly from the residents in that area? Is it strictly a noise complaint? Can they be specific on what the complaints are? And if that can be worked out. But she needs to know what the complaints are. Is it strictly noise? And if it's a noise complaint, why were the parking permits put up? And not only are they put up, they're put up on, I think it's Burlington, Morris Avenue, and all of the side streets. Was that something that the residents asked for? She just wants to know what the complaints are and who requested the parking permits. Thank you.
Let our attorney respond.
So just looking at some of my documentation, there have been multiple noise complaints, obviously a bunch of parking issues, people blocking driveways, fire hydrants, so there have been numerous parking issues, noise complaints. I won't get into too much detail, but there's been complaints about lewd acts taking place outside the bar as well. Noise complaints, whether it be patrons outside the bar or noise emanating from within the bar. But there's a I'm looking at some of this documentation now.
Okay, thank you.
And just so you know, share with her what these complaints were. Again, after no resolution, this governing body took the action based upon the recommendation of the police department to try and address some of these issues by imposing these special conditions.
So
And-
these complaints were discussed with Angie, the owner?
Multiple times. Multiple times.
Okay,
Multiple times.
multiple
And
times.
residents from the neighborhood addressed this governing body at least on one occasion, if not two, and at least one other meeting about their complaints with regard to the operation of the bar.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing none, a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Have a good evening, everyone.